Are we officially in a bear market, and what does that mean for investors and stocks? If we look at what's going on across the board, we have the S&P 500 down 16% year to date off the highs. We've got the NASDAQ down over 25%. An official bear market starts when the stock market goes down 20% or more. So we're already there with the NASDAQ and tech stocks, which are being tremendously beaten up. The S&P 500 is encroaching on that with 16% down. It's on a 6-week losing streak right now, and it was actually the worst April in 50 years. As far as the Dow Jones is concerned, we're down on the longest weekly losing streak in 99 years. So why is this happening to the market? What's actually causing this? We've got inflation at 40-year highs, hitting records in the United States, and the Fed is getting incredibly aggressive with their rate hikes. They've actually come out and doubled down on the fact that they're going to raise rates again in June at least 0.5%, maybe even more. The Fed has to continue raising rates until they get that pricing market under control, and until they do so, they've basically come out and said, we will not come to the rescue of the stock market like we did in 2008, 2009, which leaves investors worrying. It's obviously been a brutal June. As we look at where we're headed, there's much further to fall. Close to 30% down on the stock market, but we're actually still above those pre-COVID levels, which means that before we actually get into any real correction, there's a lot more downside to come, with no end in sight for tech stocks getting any kind of relief in the near future. Typically, we're in a bear market. It's going to take at least 80 to 90 days of trading and down days for that market to settle. But again, we're just getting started here. And so you have to ask yourself, is the worst ahead of us? Is it yet to come, or is it already behind us? And I think that most analysts and economists are looking at this right now saying there is much worse to come. So one of the biggest issues when you're dealing with inflation and a bear market in the stock market, investors have the majority of their life savings tied up in retirement accounts or sitting in the bank in cash, losing value across the board. Where can you run for a safe haven investment? Typically, investors would go to bonds, but with the Fed actually quantitatively tightening right now, they're selling off $95 billion per month from their balance sheet of bonds back into the market, which means that the bond market is no safe haven anymore. Where else can you run? Our investors, our clients over at American Hartford Gold are going into gold and silver as a way to get the risk off the table. And so if you have a retirement account, you're concerned about where the valuations are going, you're watching the markets fall apart, and you see the news coming down the pipeline is not getting any better for you, there's options. And the same with cash in the bank. Inflation continues to spiral out of control, and we're losing value every single year on our cash, becoming more and more worthless. Getting it into physical gold and silver is a great way to actually get that risk off the table and have some kind of hedge against inflation. And so if you're curious about what you can do, how you can get the risk off the table in your own accounts, come to American Hartford Gold, have a conversation with us. We'd love to talk to you about your options, get you educated, and help you see that there truly are places that you can run when the entire economy seems to be falling apart. And many millions of Americans are watching their retirement accounts just lose value on a daily basis, as well as cash sitting in the bank losing to inflation. But luckily there is gold and silver, which is a great hedge in times like these. And so if you're curious, if you have some concerns, if you want to get educated on this, I'm Mackay Block with American Hartford Gold. Give us a call. We'd love to speak with you, and we're here to help.
Discover how gold can help you protect yourself and your family. Call today or visit our website for more information at AmericanHartfordGold.com.